By the way, have you guys gotten gotten your copies?
I tried
the revised FIFA. I've downloaded mine.
I tried
downloading.
I tried downloading it, and I was not able to do that. But I feel I'll be able to do that so that we can be able to educate.
There are bigger stakes for you and I.
Yeah.
So you guys, I advise you guys to download
and actually read
the new FIFA statutes and read.
But then I actually saw some tidbits from it on FIFA's website about the fact when they talked about terms for FIFA executive members. They also talked about the fact that women must be elected in each of the countries, and there are some dates that were put down as the latest date for different confederations to elect their FIFA members. So basically, it is a new dawn, and Infantino wants to make sure that corruption is stamped out of FIFA completely. So, and this will be the first time that there will be a FIFA Congress in Mexico City in 30 years. The last time was days before the 1986 World Cup, which eventually Argentina won. So it's the first time, and everybody are there. We know that our own Amadou Pinic is also there, and some members of his board too are there. And basically, it's just the best. Yeah, exactly. And the general secretary. So it's just a matter of getting the best for football. Let's move on from the age of the allegation of corruption everywhere, the arrest of FIFA executive members and all. Let's just bring a new dawn. Let there be a new dawn in football, and hopefully we'll not be having all talks about corruption and all. And of course, they will be looking at
on the game.
Yeah, they'll be looking at the fact that there is a World Cup in about 1.5 years from now.
All right. I mean, you talked about UEFA.
Yeah.
Infantino is not happy that Platini hasn't been able to clear his name. But then, one thing is clear, we have to get a new UEFA president. And you talked about some front runners, some names being thrown up. That can also be an interesting side to all of this.
Yeah, a lot of names, some of them participated in the FIFA elections as well. And bookmakers are saying it's going to be as keenly contested
as the
FIFA elections. And I do agree. Front runners, the UEFA interim president, that's Angel Maria. Villa. The thing that a lot of people have against him is that it's very close to Sepp Blatter, and that when everything was going wrong, it didn't do anything. You also have Theodoridis, beg your pardon. Those two are the front runners, but you can also throw into the mix Michael van Praag.
Yeah,
we heard his name.
That Dutch guy.
Yes.
At the initial elections.
Yes.
The first set of elections that all of them pulled out at the last minute.
You also have Giancarlo Abete from Italy as well. We also hear that David Gill might throw his hat.
David Gill might throw his hat
into the ring, but it's an outside chance.
Anything can happen.
But it's an outside chance.
I mean, when you are preparing for elections of this nature, you can expect a lot of
but the picture is going to get clear by May 18th.
Yeah,
it's going to get clear
and then UEFA actually came out and said that there's not going to be an interim president till that time.
So that there's no undue advantage.
There's no undue advantage and all, even if all of them are kind of behind Platini because they feel that he's one of their best presidents. I mean, this is somebody that actually was very instrumental to the European Championship, the Euros, to get to France. And
if only they knew that what they were calling for would consume Platini, maybe they would have had a different approach.
You see, the point is that almost everybody in UEFA, a lot of people in UEFA got burnt. It didn't consume them like it did for the guys in CONMEBOL and CONCACAF. But there's really no. But the guy from Germany, the FA president, I forgot his name. I forgot his name now. The guy stepped down as the German FA president, but he still keeps his position in the executive committee of FIFA. So if you look around, you see a lot of fingers got burnt. Just to buttress your point that if only most of them knew that the tsunami was going to consume, they will have done their house cleaning
in a different way
and not invite
the entire sweeping up
the World Football Police to come and sanitize.
All right, we'll keep our eyes on that. But the FIFA Congress is on Friday, and let's see. We have to pay attention to the FIFA Congress really, because we have to understand where the game is going and what lessons we can learn from what is going on to also improve our game in terms of the governance structure, in terms of the statutes govern and improve our game in Nigeria. It's very, very key. And that's why I urge my guys to go get the revised statutes of FIFA, read it up. You could also do that and have a deeper understanding of what football is all about, and by extension, what our football federation should be all about. Guys, let's talk about the Super Eagles very quickly. And this one is the story of Aaron Samuel. Aaron Samuel is out of that friendly against Mexico, I beg your pardon, against Mali and Luxembourg, out to injury. But he's not going to be getting any replacement. Nobody's going to be replacing him because the coaches believe that we'll now have 25 players instead of 26, which is still a good number to work with. Yeah,
pretty much a good number to work with. I mean, this morning I actually saw that a certain Adi might be replacing Aaron Samuel. And I was
but the NFF have denied that Adi will be called up.
So I was just wondering now, why do you need that much players?
For two friendly games. Not all of them will play.
Well, even if not all of them will play, but I think it's too much, and since the
that's my point exactly,
money and all that. So for me, I just feel that 25 is okay. Yeah, Aaron Samuel has been doing well for CSK Moscow ever since.
Scored a goal in the cup final and got injured.
He got injured in that cup final, and because of it, he's going to be out for this one. So the NFF, and I think this is the right decision. They have to cut. They have to look at the economic implication of bringing in another player. And let's just hope that the 25 players. I know we have enough strikers. I know we have enough midfielders that can attacking midfielders that can do the job of Aaron Samuel well. So I think
apart from the common sense part, a lot of us would have wanted to see him, but it has gotten to a point where
we know what he can do.
I mean, we know what he can do.
You already know what he can do. So
during the qualifiers for the last Nations Cup.
My point exactly is, even if you take out 5 players and you bring 5 in, I'm very sure not all 26 or 25 are going to play. So there's no point
going with that number.
There's no point replacing him. Let's just keep that number. But my own interest is there are some exciting players that were called up that I would love to see, and it would be a shame that if we don't get to see some of those players. I could understand that for the qualifiers, the coach didn't want to take any risk. He took the players that he believed in, and he took the outcome. But in this case, you have invited. For instance,
it's a friendly.
Yes, there's nothing to lose. I love to see Musa Mohammed for all the things that we have said. A lot
of us right back.
Yes, a lot of us feel that might just be
the solution to the problem.
The answer to the problem we have. So you don't invite a player like that and not give him a chance to play. So I pity the coach because he would want to win and put it on his CV. But then again, for some of us, we would love to see those
new players.
Yes,
and what they can bring to the team.
Just let's see them.
There should be a balance.
The calls for the inclusion, if it was justified. I mean, some names find their way back onto that list. Let's see them. Brownie Day, for instance. Let's see him.
Cosmos, you agree? You have the same school of...
I mean, it's spot on. Yeah, I mean, it's very spot on this one. It will be very... it will not make sense for you to invite players, especially the young players, and you do not play them. Players that we have seen in other national teams, and they are in the national team, they are called for the friendly, and you do not play them. I mean, it doesn't make that much sense. As far as I'm concerned, I feel the team is a very young team, apart from some few older players that we know. I, of course, want to see Brownie Day ever since he left the English Premier League. I mean, most Nigerians have not seen him play. Fine, he's doing well in Greece, but then we have not seen him play. So what like to see him play on that 27th against Mali, and of course, you know, he scored against Mali in the African Cup of Nations in 2013, and so we like to see him there. We like to see
you make your conclusion.
Make a conclusion to know whether this player should be in the Super Eagles set of
particularly as we look to build up to the 2018 World Cup qualifiers. All right, guys, let's step down a little bit. Let's talk about the Flying Eagles. They are also in camp. I'm happy that Coach Emmanuel Amunike has been able to keep all those top boys from the last under-17 team, keep them together, unlike in the past. In the past, some of those boys by now would have been somewhere
start afresh,
looking for clubs and losing form and all of that. But these guys have come around with the coach, and they're playing their training, and they're playing a lot of friendly games, and they're winning.
I learned something from the good book. If you check if you check through history, you don't build something new by destroying the whole. And that's a lesson we all need to learn. I mean, at the end of the day, you might not even take all the players that you took initially, but when you begin, I mean, if you don't know where you're going to, at least you know where you're coming from.
Exactly.
And that's the only way forward. And I'm happy that you don't hear any of these boys going to Lebanon, going to Cyprus, going to Pakistan, countries where they're not even playing football. Because now people are wiser. You know that you can get good deals. And if you play for your national team, it raises
your profile.
Your profile. Although it must be said, some of those boys, by the time they turn 17, 18, definitely will not be. Some of them already have contracts. But while they are still here with us, while they have not gone to those places, help us qualify. And if you are busy when the AYC is going on, we'll use the ones that we have, and we'll move on from there.
I think this is a good one. I mean, Coach Amunike knows what he wants, and he knew the boys that he played with at the last World Cup in Chile. So he's keeping most of these guys. I mean, I'm happy that the likes of Osimhen, the likes of Osimhen that has a pre-contract, the likes of Kelechi Wakale of Arsenal, the likes of Chukwueze as well. These are very key players that were part of the team that went to Chile and, of course, won the Under-17 World Cup the 4th time for Nigeria. So as far as I'm concerned, I think this is it's good. It's a good one. You're getting the players, and they're playing friendly matches. I mean, they won Katsina United by 3-1, and of course they'll be playing friendly matches like that. They've won all of their friendly matches. So for me, this is just a way of improving, and of course when the qualifier comes, they'll be able to see how they can qualify for the African Youth Championship and see
the CAF Under-20 Cup of Nations.
Sorry, the CAF Under-20 Cup of Nations.
That's the change of name.
The change of name, and of course later on qualify for the World Cup. But then it's step by step, and I like what Amunike is doing. He's taking it step by step.
All right, so that's it. That's also how we have to wrap up this segment of the show. Today, the Flying Eagles beat Katsina United 3-1 in a friendly game, and they're playing a lot of those friendly games to help the team to bond. They are preparing for the CAF Under-20 Cup of Nations qualifier against Burundi, and they're not taking anything to chance. So congratulations and well done to Manuel Amunike and his boys, and we hope that they will continue to build up beautifully towards that qualifying game. Guys, we must go on a break now, but I must thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Cosmos Chukwuemeka, thank you. We'll see you again next week.
Yeah, by grace.
Yemi Adebayo, thank you as well for coming on the show. We'll see you tomorrow for you, not next week, tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow.